Now that we're in game, let's go ahead and show you how to use the brand new Afterburner function. So, if you'll notice, if you spawn in an Academy card that is equipped with nitrous, you'll find that it doesn't work. If you try to hit the button, it'll just purge, and it will constantly disarm itself. Well, that's because the way our system works is it's a bunch of janky Lua that overrides the default nitrous system, and a big workaround. BeamNG isn't meant for this sort of thing. But basically, you have to set it up to activate nitrous, not toggle, activate. Now you might be thinking, Velocity, what the hell are you talking about? Well, turns out, so you know how normally when you click the nitrous button, it's on until you run out or until you turn it off, right? Well, turns out BeamNG lets you have the system like any other racing game where you hold it down to use as much as you need, and that's called activate nitrous. So you need to bind a button specifically activate, not toggle, activate nitrous. So in my case, I set it up on the D-pad, right? And there you go. That's all you need to do to get the Academy nitrous working. But there's a whole bunch of little nuances with their system that we've done for sort of gameplay balance. So let's look at our old Maverick here. So our nitrous works on a sort of power shot system. Think Midnight Club or the Most Wanted remake from 2012. And basically, once you hit that button, it goes until your tank is empty. You cannot turn it off. You cannot do anything. It will go. In fact, letting off the throttle isn't even do anything because it's so powerful. It gives you a big kick. The idea is to give you a big burst of acceleration. So let me get this thing going. All right, so that's how you use it, right? You know, you're thinking, well, that's a very short amount of time to have for nitrous, right? A real tank would last much longer than that. Well, you can recharge it by drifting here. Now you want to listen to know it's charged. It'll show as full on your HUD, and you also want to listen for a sound effect. So in this case, our car has a beeping sound when you charge it. Different cars have different sound effect. You'll have to learn all those. So let me get sideways again. Oh, spun it. What? That's a great way of demonstrating another thing. So you can see, the nitrous will not charge if you're at the wrong angle. So basically the way we've set it up is that the cars have different drift angles for the nitrous to charge, and there's basically an optimal angle for each car, and on every car it's different. The idea is the nitrous will not charge if you just throw the car into a corner and drift. You know, you're not actually drifting. You just rip the handbrake and you're just showing off. That's not a real drift, right? You actually have to drift at a high speed, at a good angle, and you're not just, you know, throwing the car at a turn. You can't just do a 180 in the middle of the road and get nitrous. You actually have to, you know, drift, you know, properly. And that's how you charge it. So you heard that beeping sound. That means it's recharged. So now you can use it again. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble, especially with those supercars. And another thing you just saw there is that if all four wheels are off the ground, the nitrous will recharge from airtime. So actually, jumps are the most efficient way to charge nitrous. If you can get off the ground for like a half second, you'll have a full tank regardless of what car it's in. So that's the way we designed it. But and there's a big but with the entire system, and that is you can break the game very easily. Well, not break the game, but sort of mess things up. So I'm going to show you what happens if you just use the nitrous like off the line. So as you can see, the sound effect, the engine blows up and the sound effect just keeps looping forever and you can't turn it off. Well, there's an easy fix for that. You just hit Control R, and your car goes back to normal. So the reason why this happens is we don't know actually. There's a function in Lua called on reset, so whenever you reset your car, it activates a thing. So what we did is we're like, okay, on reset, make sure it stops the system. Well, that doesn't work. We don't know if it's a BeamNG issue, if it's a code issue. Probably a BeamNG issue because there's like zero documentation for anything. We had to basically guess how this worked, and we got it working. But yeah, so basically if that happens, hit Control R. Now, if this happens in multiplayer, the sound will keep looping for other players. If that happens, select a different car, like just select it and spawn it in, replace the current vehicle you have, and then select the same car they're using again, and that will cancel the sound effect. And, because what will happen is, even though if you control our multiplayer, it'll reset for you, but it will not reset for other players. So it's just a courtesy thing. Make sure you switch to a different car. So if your engine's destroyed, the nitros will keep looping. But yeah, that's basically how the system works. We really hope to see how this affects the racing online. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Goodbye.